I love it, and I think I deserve it. Because you're watching every single game Arsenal play.
Am I?
Yes, you are.
Quick round of applause for Ennio Luco.
Painful that it got, like,
Validated.
Pulisic is dead.
He's washed it. Captain America.
It's an interesting...
Like, they don't play through the midfield the same way that other teams do.
I respect that point. Many men. Many, many, many men.
Hello guys, welcome back. BoreDraw, episode 52. Don't turn off your TV sets just yet. Things might look a little bit different. This first episode recording using our new camera.
If it looks shocking, blame Dave. You've probably never met Dave. Probably never heard of Dave.
It's all Dave's fault.
But it is all his fault.
But yeah, no, we're first time we're using this camera, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. But welcome back. It's been a little while. I say a little while. It's been just over a week. Hope you enjoyed the Como video.
Run up the numbers on the Como video. Big shout out to Sam for winning the award. Not the award. For winning the Como 1907 home shirt. Got the Ajax video coming out in a couple of weeks' time. So there's another giveaway still going. Get involved in that. All you have to do is subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Get involved. It's very, very easy. And you can win yourself a nice little Ajax shirt. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that Como video. Just how it happens that we held on to it so long. And the day we uploaded it, Cesc Fabregas decides to announce his retirement.
It was mad.
So some of what we state in the video is no longer factually accurate.
That's okay.
An hour before.
It's okay.
It's absolutely mental. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. It's something we wanted to release for a long time. We struggled a bit with it, but it's out.
But we're proud. It's our first kind of football doc. And there'll be more of that down the line.
And it's only going to be better. It's a learning experience.
Yeah, that was us dipping our toes in.
But yeah. Today, guys, we are going to be discussing the many men who have been moving around in the transfer window.
Many men, many, many, many men wish death upon me. I don't cry no more. I don't look to the sky no more. Have mercy on me. Anyway, so where should we start? What team do you reckon is doing the most Mazzolini in the market?
I always get at Chelsea.
Do you reckon?
Man, how the fuck are they getting that much money for these dead players?
Yeah, well, we talked about their
stuff.
kind of dodgy Saudi links last episode. Check out the last episode of the podcast where we talk about Saudi running up the numbers in the Prem, kind of poaching all the big names.
If you want my actual opinion, it's the most proactive team in the transfer window at the minute. Mainly Arsenal. I mean, Havertz deal done. Rice is going to be done this week. Yuri and Timber potentially getting done. It's exciting times to be an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, very exciting times to be an Arsenal fan.
Can I talk to you about one thing? Yeah,
talk to me.
Rustled my feathers.
Talk to me. What's rustling your feathers?
Rustled my jimmies.
Come on.
I've seen a lot of people saying, following Balogun, 50 million. I think that's a bit of an overestimation.
Yeah, I think the market's tapped at the moment.
I see what you're doing, but...
So there's this geezer that's playing at Atlanta at the moment, Rasmus Højlund.
He's got like 8 goals or something.
That everyone thinks is the second coming of Haaland.
How can it be the second coming of Haaland when Haaland's like 22 years old?
Exactly. And I think Atlanta wanted 80 million for him. I think Man United were willing to do like 50. Is every striker that gets goals?
Yeah, but Rasmus Højlund doesn't even have that many goals.
Who goes for more, Højlund or following Balogun?
Think of the very limited amount of game time that I've seen Højlund play. Apart for some Twitter clips, he does look like a bit of a player.
Yeah, but Balogun got, what was it?
21 goals?
Yeah, third place in Ligue 1, and we've got to come up with the Ligue 1 tax. Then you can come with the Serie A tax.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think 50 million's
yeah,
a lot
I don't think I'd...
Do you think he's better than Eddie?
I think I'd rather give him the run of games that Eddie got and see what he can do. I think commercially there's a bigger asset there. He's like USA's star man.
That old star boy is now going to be going. I think Leon put in a bid for him. Apparently AC Milan thinking about putting a bid. I think Leon's bid was 15 million for Pulisic.
Oh, yeah, Pulisic is dead food, mate.
He's washed, mate. Captain America.
Yeah, so I think Balogun, there's just a bigger asset there. But I get that Eddie kind of got the shot first, and it'd be a bit shitty to send him out now after giving him the number 14.
Do you not think Eddie's just a better player?
I don't know.
Or is it hard to compare?
I think they're incredibly similar. They're kind of running the under 21s. The stats are very similar. I haven't seen Eddie go on loan full season and put up astounding numbers in men's football. He's put astounding numbers up at under 21s for England and Arsenal. And decent run of form for Arsenal. Wasn't great, but kept us moving when Gabriel Jesus was out. But I think before we cemented him in that kind of second striker spot, I know at that point we had to get him done because we didn't have a reserve striker, but I'd have liked to see him go out on loan. And then you can compare him and Balogun. But Balogun's gone out, done the loan that we asked him to do, performed very well. I'd like to see him be the second striker. But if they don't, and we get... I think I'd take like 35, 40 mil for him.
All I'm saying is there was a point in the season where... fuck is that on your laptop, man?
I don't know. It looks like lead.
Looks like... You know,
Like, it's like
magnet.
Yeah,
the magnetic fibre. Mad.
Ignore me.
There was a point in the season where Gabriel Jesus was injured and Eddie came in, and then for a part he was saying, will Gabriel Jesus be able to displace Eddie when he's back?
Yes.
Which is some quite high praise.
That is high praise.
Did he fall off hard?
I think he's very... I think it's a combination of like recency bias
put you in the spot,
and like just kind of taking what you're given in that kind of period of time. Like, we were at like a bit of a sticky situation. And anyone that came in and scored a couple of goals and kept the ball moving, scored some big goals actually. Scored like a last minute winner against Man United. A couple of decent goals here and there. So it was a good cameo month. But I don't think I could ever trust him to be like a full-time striker. And I'm not saying I can trust Balogun to be my full-time striker either. I think they're both young. I don't think you can trust, unless he's Haaland, you can trust like a 21-year-old to be your first team full-time striker.
Probably Rasmus Højlund.
If you're going for the Premier League, if you're going for the Champions League, I don't think Eddie or Balogun are enough to be your first team striker. But it's money. Money talks. If you give me 40 million, I'll let him go.
Mate, I'd bite your hand off at 30. Like 30 million, I think you'd be happy. I think he's going to be one of those players who might come back to bite me, but I think he's going to be one of those players that's going to be a one season wonder, sort of.
Yeah.
Probably a very decent player, but he's not going to be like a top 6 Premier League player.
I think he's good. I think him and Eddie both have very similar skill sets, I was saying. Both of them, what they've got over Gabriel Jesus, and what I think Arsenal fans liked when we had Eddie in, is just in the box he's a killer, and so's Balogun. Both of them in the 18-yard box, ruthless, which Gabriel Jesus doesn't have, and what Havertz doesn't have either. Not that we're going to play Havertz there. We'll talk about Havertz in a sec.
Let's talk about it right now. So,
but yeah, I'll take either of them. They're about the same.
Arsenal, they've announced Havertz, right?
We have indeed.
And this week we're expecting them to announce the Declan Rice deal was over the line. It got a little bit woo when Man City came a steaming.
Don't usually get nervous, but
yeah, they came in. They were going to steal your Declan Rice, baby. But yeah, it looks like it's pretty much all signed, sealed, delivered. He's yours, and exciting times.
Yeah, let's start with Havertz.
I want to right now. Say your transfer window, you end up with Havertz, Rice, and Urian Timber. Okay. Do me a starting 11.
Do we lose people? I've seen Granit Xhaka's pretty
so
much
I would say Xhaka, Partey.
Oh, and Partey.
Yeah.
I don't think we lose Xhaka and Partey if we don't get another centre mid in.
I don't think Partey plays in the Premier League again.
That's what the police
this speculation, isn't it?
Well, so what are you saying? That if you let me lose Partey, you're letting me get in Aurelien Tchouameni?
Oh, doubt you get. I don't know how much
money.
No,
we can't. No way we spend 100 mil on Declan Rice and 100 mil on Tchouameni.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd love it though.
Yeah, it would be good vibes.
What's that Ronaldo quote where he's like, "I love it and I think I deserve it." That is me. That is literally me. But yeah, I think starting 11 would be Ben White at right back.
Obviously, Ramsdale and goal.
Yeah. For me, Timber doesn't start.
I agree.
I think you keep Saliba and Gabriel. You probably play Zinchenko.
Mm-hmm.
and then you do. If we keep in Party, it's Party and Rice. But if we lose in Party, it's
Rice,
Smith Rowe and Odegaard maybe in the midfield.
You don't think like Havertz in from the off?
Yeah, you know what? I'll give it Havertz.
Do you know what?
I've said on this podcast many a time I think he's a donkey. So it'd be absolutely hypocritical of me to be his number one fan now that we've signed him.
But you've got to back it.
But he's an Arsenal boy. I'm an Arsenal boy. We have that in common now. So I'm willing to make amends, build some bridges. If he puts in some performances that get me excited, who am I to say no?
I mean, I think you've got it right. You're clearly going to emulate this Man City three at the back, pushing your fourth into the midfield to a pivot holding midfield duo. So you're going to end up with like Rice and probably
Zinchenko tuck in that way.
You think Zinchenko tucking from the
or
left?
if we don't play Zinchenko, we play Tierney that side.
White tucks in.
And Timber or White go in. Because Timber's quite good at moving inwards, whereas Ben White, a bit more defensive, can't do progressive passing as well as Timber.
I think you're exactly right there. And I think you're going to be playing with Havertz as the 8. I think that's what Mikel Arteta's brought him in for.
Yeah.
I think he's going to try to drill into him a little bit more of the defensive side of the game. But I think he like everyone watches football knows Havertz is actually a good player. Like it hasn't worked for him.
Yeah.
But you could tell every time he gets the ball, he's like there's something about him.
He's dangerous. He's got, like you said, he's got a bit about him, but he's just never been utilised properly.
But it's because he doesn't know his best position.
It's just crazy that he was signed as that kind of shadow striker, advanced kind of 8 role from Leverkusen. And
signed by Frank Lampard in a very Frank Lampard role.
Never really got to play that role at Chelsea. Like, he was either the number 9 on his own, or he was like a wide forward like Salah, but didn't have the kind of qualities of Salah. So it just never really worked for him at Chelsea. And I think at Arsenal, where compared to all the Chelsea teams that he was in, maybe apart from that prime Tuchel one, all those Chelsea teams, the system has just been a mess. Whereas
Tuchel, touche.
Whereas this Arsenal team probably got one of the best systems in the world at the moment. And what are you putting out face for? Come on! And
I think you get slapped next season.
Fucking hot in here. So I think it's just a case of utilising him properly in a system that kind of in its like essence kind of eliminates mistakes. Like, we've got cover all over the place.
I think you like you say, your system is really good. You're bringing in Declan Rice, who is one of the best sweeping midfielders in the world.
Yeah,
one of the best progressive passers in the world. He ticks every box.
Yeah,
he can play the pivot by himself. Do you know what I mean? He's that good.
You see Havertz like thrive in that Chelsea team when Kante was playing properly.
Havertz will then in the middle, of the park, where Rice is dropping off. He's got to play that forward pass because he loves to find it if he's not going to carry it himself.
Yeah,
someone's going to have to pull out to close down Rice. Then you've then got Havertz finding that space, or further up the pitch you've got Odegaard. If not, you've got Martinelli or Saka bombing on, maybe Mbappe bombing on the wings. Never going to happen, the Mbappe move.
We'll talk to Don Rob. Ooh, almost spoiled the fun. But
edit that out.
No, you don't need to edit that out.
I'm doing it.
That's a teaser. Or beep it.
Yeah,
beep it. Yeah, calm. It's almost spoiled the best thing since sliced bread for BoreDraw podcast.
The best thing since Kai Havertz.
But I think we're cooking. You got Gabriel Jesus dropping in deep. I think so. What I'd like is
we've been away from this table for like a week and it's dusty, man.
New set coming soon as
well.
New
set coming soon. Big changes. Right. But I'm done with the Arsenal talk.
I'm not. We haven't even talked about Declan Rice.
I just did.
Barely. You're like, oh yeah, he's good defensive.
He ticks every box.
He's a good defensive player. He ticks every box. He can play the single pivot by himself. That's not enough. We need to talk about this. Is probably the biggest transfer of the summer. 105 million. Premier League solidified, one of the best DMs in the world, leaving one London club to join the best London club.
The transfer of the summer over Jude Bellingham to Real Madrid.
Yeah, I think so. Like, Jude Bellingham to Real Madrid is sick, but like the Premier League's where it's at. And like you're saying, Yeah, Premier League's where it's at. Like, the Jude move's quality, but like
It's the Jude move is iconic.
Yeah, it's iconic. But how often are you watching Real Madrid play Malaga? You're not watching that game. Whereas you're watching every single game Arsenal play.
Am I?
Yes, you are. And you know it as well. So I think it's just a case of this move, for us especially, as a mainly Premier League podcast. This is where it's at. And I think...
No, it is a big move.
To fend off the likes of Man United, I know they didn't properly put a bid in, but the likes of Bayern Munich, the likes of Man City, Chelsea were probably...
Quick round of applause for Enya Luko. It was like she made a comment, she didn't back down.
It's fucking waffle, though.
I don't know if it actually came to fruition, but...
It's actually painful that it got, like...
Validated
because
I don't know.
It's such a shocker, but
yeah,
we'll allow it.
It was something. You don't see it,
to get someone... Declan Rice is one of those, like a leader at 23, 24. Someone that's just got his club European glory, that's England stalwart now for like a couple of years, probably going to be continuing. He'll probably be England captain when Harry Kane pisses off. So, and there's talks of him being the Arsenal captain, pretty much like give him a season or two. So it's one of those where I think he's a generational player. In his position.
Yeah, I know. I agree. Like, you paid a premium for him because he is one of, if not the best in the world.
Yeah, like right now, you're talking Rodri.
You're talking like
maybe was Casemiro, not anymore.
Well, yeah, but you wouldn't pay 100 million for Casemiro, would you?
Not right now, but like if he was Declan Rice's age.
I can't even think of another player who's like close to his level in terms of what he does, apart from Rodri.
Yeah, and so it's those kind of players that are like make or break a team. Like you say, Man City aren't winning the treble if they don't have Rodri. And not saying we're going to win the treble, but Declan Rice gets us a whole lot of deal closer.
You put yourself in contention. Like,
you do.
What you've done now is you've shown everyone you're serious, and you put yourself in a position where winning the league, winning the FA Cup, winning the Carabao Cup, winning a Champions League, it doesn't seem a million miles away.
It doesn't. And
to put yourself in
people
the parameters of competing for that sort of pedigree in the amount of time you've done it in.
Yes.
It's quite impressive. Like
it is.
You were only a serious club last season. Before that, there was inklings of a serious club, but
Arteta's squad building. Yes, he's been backed by the boys.
Shout out Edu.
But his squad building is second to none.
He's got a plan and he knows who he wants.
He's executed it to perfection. And now I've seen people have the conversation where it's like, if Arsenal don't win anything next season, questions got to be asked. And I think I was never on that ship where, like, if you don't get any silverware, you've got to ask questions of the manager. Because if you can see the project, that's normally all you need, really. If you can, like, see a vision and it's being executed,
yeah, but it's like
you don't always need trophies to validate
There's that man in the office here who's got like a project, and no one really knows what he does, but he's got a project and he's been working on it. And how's the project coming along? Yeah, it's going good. Yeah, we're getting there. Well, it's on its way.
I need to see results.
Yeah, and so
tangibles.
This season,
yeah,
I know you bottled it or whatever you want to call it. The fact you competed was amazing.
It was.
It was
felt
amazing. I think the Premier League overall, we
saw
saw a lot of anomalies. Chelsea fell off hard, big time. Liverpool were not half the team they were last season. You had Tottenham, who I think underperformed.
I think that was about their level, mate. They stink.
And then it was a weird season.
Yeah,
it was a weird season. And you had the World Cup in the middle of it, so there was a lot of anomalies. And Arsenal came out and they did bits. And yeah, it's impressive, like the fact that they took Man City as close as they did. But this Rice signing is a statement of intent, and I think, like you say, Arteta, he knows who he wants, he knows who he needs, and you're going out and getting them. Yeah. So if you don't see results in the upcoming season, like I say, give him 2 years. If he doesn't have any silverware,
I agree.
Even if you win a Carabao Cup,
this season, like I wouldn't like be as like staunch on it. Like if he doesn't get any silverware, get him out. But I'd be like, if he doesn't win any silverware this year, after we've secured Rice, I wouldn't be like getting him out, but I'd be like, oh, we need to start like taking a look at like why we're not getting the silverware, because yeah, like you said, if it's not this season or next season and we're out with no silverware, question got to be asked about him. His squad building, like I've said, is second to none, but You got to ask him questions about can he do that, like push comes to shove time to get over the line. And a lot of managers can't do that. They can do, like Pochettino, he can do the squad building, getting the morale up, getting the kind of club sentiment online or in line, but can't get you over the line with the trophies. And so that's something we need to figure out with Arteta. We've got a couple of seasons now under the belt, and now it's...
Have you not won an FA Cup with Arteta?
Yeah, but that was right at the beginning. And, like, that was a very good FA Cup to win. But, like, the squad is completely different now. Like, I'm actually not even sure, apart from Saka, there's pretty much anyone left, apart from, Saka and Reece Nelson, maybe.
Xhaka?
Gone. But, yeah.
Mad. Yeah, it's interesting. I want to move on to some more general Premier League transfer stuff.
Talk to me.
Newcastle today, we're filming on Monday, the 3rd of July. They've just signed Sandro Tonali.
I saw they used the line Tonali,
yeah,
which is good. I like that.
Brilliant signing as well. Liverpool bought in
Szoboszlai.
Yeah, from Leipzig, Hungarian Donny. He
fucking handsome guy.
I think he's going to be good.
Yeah.
They've also bought in the likes of McAllister. I knew who's linked with Barella. Newcastle
were,
but I don't think they're going to get him.
Yeah, they switched their attention to Tonali.
Obviously, Arsenal signing Rice, Chelsea potentially signing Caicedo, Man United signing Mason Mount. Who's got the best midfield three
in the midfield?
So, like, let's think about this. Yeah, next season, if Man City don't sign anyone, they've lost Gundogan. They're most likely going to lose Bernardo Silva because he's going on some like crazy
money,
like 850 grand a week or something. So they're going to have Rodri, De Bruyne, Foden in the 10.
That's nice still.
Maybe
that one is still the best.
Yeah, 100%. Or like I don't know, like or Stonesy playing.
It'd be Stonesy, Rodri,
Rico Lewis,
and Stonesy, Rodri, and either
Phillips?
De Bruyne or Foden.
Phillips, like if
you include Phillips, theirs is no longer the top.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
That's the best one.
Arsenal is going to be Partey, Rice, Odegaard, Rice, Havertz, Odegaard.
I'd say ours is second best.
Man United would be Casemiro, probably Mount and Fernandes,
which is nice.
Yeah, or maybe you have Eriksen in there, which is good.
So that's third. Ooh, not third best, maybe fourth.
Liverpool's is my third.
I'd say Newcastle's is my third. Guimaraes, Tonali, and Joel Linton. That is good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's legs.
Yeah, that's out of possession.
That's legs.
That's
physicality
and technical brilliance.
Yeah, that's a sexy midfield actually.
I'm liking what Liverpool are doing here.
Talk to me about Liverpool.
I think Fabinho isn't the player he was. Still think he's a good player.
Reeks a little bit.
I think he's a good player. He was trying to do it with the likes of fucking Harvey Elliott, who's not a midfielder. He's not built for the Premier League quite yet, but he's getting there. And I think he's a good enough player. And
he needs to hit the gym
and
hit those growth hormones that Messi had.
But he's not good enough at the minute. And he had Jordan Henderson, who I think is getting worse by the minute.
He needs to start learning Arabic and get himself to Saudi Arabia.
Fabinho, I think he had a lot of work to do, and he just didn't help himself because he was lunging in for tackles every game, and he made himself look like a Bambi on ice. But I think with the likes of Szoboszlai and McAllister,
good.
That's a good midfield three. And I think Szoboszlai is exactly what Liverpool need. He is a technical master of the midfield arts. Like, I know he played out wide on the right for Leipzig for like 70% of his games last season.
Do you think they played Trent in the midfield, or is he still going to play right back?
Right back. I think they lined up pretty much how they lined up
towards the end of the season.
Yeah, I think Konate, Van Dijk, Trent, Robbo, Alisson. Then I think you got Fabinho. You're going to have Szoboszlai on the right, McAllister on the left in the midfield. Then you're going to have Diaz, Gakpo, Salah. And I think Szoboszlai is going to open up such a wide range of... you've got bloody Trent, as your right back, and Szoboszlai as your right centre mid. The pitch is open. How do you defend against that? And then, all right, you're not hitting the through balls. All right, fucking bring on Darwin Nunez. He's going to knock him down for you.
Yeah.
It's clear. It's obvious that this is someone that they targeted, that they've done the research for. It's not just because he's available they're taking him.
I think it kind of reeks of that a little bit.
No, I think he's going to be a very good player.
I think he's a good player, and I think he was like bound to move to the Prem because he's technically like brilliant. But I saw no links to him at all, and it could be a case of just like no one's reporting it until it got done. But it was like nothing. Then they've triggered the release clause, and it's like
Yeah, but that suggests to me that they've gone about this silently. They're not making a fuss, and they picked their man, and they've weighed up their options and then gone, right, he's got a release clause 65 million.
Yeah, about 65 mil.
So they clearly see value in that.
Is
him.
that un poquito expensive?
I don't think so at all.
And I don't like Spurs, and apart from this move, I think their window so far has been shite. But James Maddison for 40 mil, is that not a better move?
Maybe in terms of value,
Yeah.
but I think what
Like
Liverpool are
Mason
looking
Mount for 60 mil, would he not have been better suited?
I think they're different. The roles that Mason Mount and like Szoboszlai play.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I
don't
think
think massively different.
I think Szoboszlai's passing range is so much better than Mason Mount.
Yeah,
Than
definitely.
even James Maddison. And I think that's what they're looking for. They're looking for someone who can release the likes of Luis Diaz and Salah. Like you look at how Liverpool and Klopp played at their very peak when they won the league, when they've won the Champions
Quick
League.
transitions.
They transition through the thirds so quickly that they skip out the midfield.
Yeah.
Midfielders come deep and they hit on the counters so quickly like that. It's undefendable.
Yeah.
And I think they want to revert back to that, bring that sort of venom and that pace back. And look at the signings that they're making. Darwin Nunez, aggression. You've got Cody Gakpo, someone who in one touch will take it past someone and you've opened up a whole channel of space. I think Szoboszlai is there to facilitate that. He's got passing range. He's got the technical ability for it.
Got the
and
good
he can hit one.
Yeah, no, fucking them. Liverpool got to be the scariest team probably when you line up a free kick from 40 yards out, maybe a bit closer.
He's just against Liverpool. It's like just don't let him shoot.
Trent and Szoboszlai. Oh my god,
Mate,
that's a long day for the goalkeeper, especially if you've still got De Gea in goal. That's long. But yeah, I like what they're doing. I still think they need a DM. And I know they're like pushing hard. Apparently now they're like leading the race for Lavia, who I think Arsenal were most of the summer.
50 million for Lavia.
50 mil for Lavia, I think is maybe slightly.
40 million for Maddison.
Yeah.
50 million for Lavia.
Was Maddison his last year of the contract?
I know Lavia's like, and obviously they got relegated.
Yeah.
So, but I know Lavia's team got relegated in Southampton. He is young. He is like clearly highly rated by a lot of people. So his price tag is probably about right.
Yeah, I'd say about 40 mil, but it's one of those where they probably want to make bank.
Because they know there's interest across a lot of other teams. And like other teams will pay that 50 mil. So you probably will get it for him.
Yeah, I think if they get Lavia, so he can rotate with Fabinho and there isn't like a massive drop off in quality.
I like Bayetic as well.
That'd be good. Yeah, Bayetic was all right. I don't know if he's that guy, but keep him in around him. He seemed very raw for that second spot.
He seemed very raw, and he had something about him though when he played.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was maybe he looked good because the team looked so shit, and it was like one of those where anyone that could offer like a little bit of excitement, everybody was just like fucking on him. Like,
he reminded me a bit like Busquets, you know.
But yeah, maybe in a fully functioning, firing Liverpool team, he kind of goes under the radar.
Still young as well.
But he's young. I think him and Lavia is good backup to Fabinho.
And this is what I'm saying, yeah. I think that's a top 3 midfield. You've got legs, and you've got passing range, and you've got goals in the midfield.
I don't know how much belief I've got in. If we ignore the DM situation, because you're saying if they do get Lavia, Fabinho, Lavia, that is good DM depth. Not as good as Arsenal in party rights, not good in Man City in
Fabinho,
Rodri and Stones.
And
Phillips, yeah. But it's good. That forward 8 section, McAllister, Curtis Jones and Szoboszlai.
Harvey Elliott
as well. For me, it's good, but it's not upper echelon proven Prem killers. McAllister is good, but I think he doesn't offer enough end product. And I know Liverpool's front lot, like Salah, makes up for like 3 players worth in how much end product he's got. But for me, I don't think McAllister's got more than like 10 goals and assists combined in his whole time at Brighton. And that could be Brighton tax. They were really bad at finishing.
Yeah, I know. I see what you're saying.
Szoboszlai, I don't think he's a goal contribution monster either.
For me though,
I don't think
the midfield at Liverpool is going to be different to like a midfield at 99% of football teams. Like Man City, they dominate every single third on the pitch. Arsenal, they're dominating every single third on the pitch. Even like Man United, Chelsea, they're looking to dominate every single third on the pitch. Liverpool, their midfield is such a small part of their team. Like they're like, imagine Liverpool as like a percentage. They're like, their defense is like 40%. Their attack is like 50%, and their midfield is like 10%.
It's an interesting point.
Like they don't play through the midfield the same way that other teams do.
I respect that point.
Liverpool's best football was also when they were allowing Trent and Robbo to get up the pitch. Like they were never defending.
I respect it.
So
it's a good point.
Imagine if you had like a system where you play with the four at the back in possession. You have Fabinho drop into the middle of Konate, Van Dijk, and then you have Trent as like on the right. Szoboszlai, McAllister, Robbo, and then forward three. You've got you've got Salah, Diaz, Gakpo. Gakpo dropping in. You've got like some weird like little triangles there, mate. I think it works. But
I respect the point.
How well does it work?
Yeah,
it's going to be like I don't know.
It's very much we're going to have to wait to see it because there's a lot of new pieces. There's a lot of new pieces in that puzzle, and there needed to be because that Liverpool midfield was absolutely
they were
washed.
Screaming out for it, and we've been saying Liverpool need midfielders, but they've gone. I think they've gone for the right kind of midfielders.
I'm intrigued.
But
to
time
see
will tell.
It will indeed.
Time will tell. Who do you want to talk about next, Roz?
Well, you know what's interesting camera-wise? So basically, our old camera, we had to reset it every 20 minutes, and that kind of gave us like a reset in our minds about what we're going to talk about next. This camera's just rolling, man. So we're kind of thinking on the spot. So we've done Arsenal, we've done Liverpool, we've done Newcastle.
About Man City and Guardiola?
Yeah, fuck it.
So
I don't really want to talk about Man City, man. They're
for me
boring.
Man City will win the league again unless Liverpool's midfield works. I don't see Arsenal.
Come on.
I think Arsenal, they're going to be up there.
You've got to respect the
I have respect for you.
I'm not sure you do.
I do have respect for Arsenal. I just think there's something in the DNA.
Oh, they're reeking of Spurs.
But for me, Man City are going to win the league again unless Liverpool's midfield works. I don't think anyone can compete with them. You did compete to an extent, but there was a point where it's like,
yeah, you need to beat Man City to compete with Man
I
City.
don't. The way you beat Man City is hope that Pep goes missing for a year.
We've only got 2 more years of this, guys, so stay strong.
So yeah, maybe he wins the treble again this year, and then just fucks off.
Packs it in, yeah.
Because I don't think anyone beats him. He's the best in the world ever for a reason. That's what that shot thing was. I don't know what the fuck that is. Oh, that's probably what's on your fucking laptop.
Something's blown up. I don't know. We're in the ghetto studio still.
Man City looking to sign Vardiol from RB Leipzig.
Yes.
100 million apparently they want, I think.
Which is fucking so much money. He'll be the most expensive centre-back ever.
And they're going to play him left-back.
I think he's quality. And
he was so good at the World Cup.
So good.
He was the best defender.
He's young. 22, I think he is.
Versatile,
can play left-back, centre-back, kind of...
Probably be a good striker.
Deep left DM. Very good player. It's just... Who do you get out of that team?
Well, I mean, I looked at it.
Nathan Ake and Akanji, mate. They stood up last season.
They stood up big. They were tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought they're bringing him in maybe as a left back. Look, I don't see where he fits apart from that position unless he's there to displace someone. Unless they're looking to actually just push Stones into the midfield permanently. I don't know. It's a strange one, but it screams like it works. It screams Pep to me.
Yeah.
And it just makes Man City scarier.
And he's one of those assets that, like, if they haven't got any, like, major glaring issues to solve, you go out there and you buy the best players in the world just so...
Take them off the table.
Just so other people can't get them. And that's probably what they were thinking with Rice. They don't necessarily need him. He probably doesn't even get into their best team straight away. But... to stop Arsenal getting him and to have one of, if Rodri moves on to Barcelona or Real Madrid, or fucking, I don't know, they lose John Stones, whatever, they have that player. And that's like Guardiola. It's like, yeah, Ruben Diaz is quality, Stones is quality, Laporte's probably on his way out, Ake's quality, Akanji's quality. But you get another centre-back, because centre-back is one of the hardest places on the pitch to get
top quality,
and he is top quality. And, yeah, he's going to learn a lot from the likes of Diaz, Pep Guardiola, all them, man. So I think it's a quality signing. It's just, yeah, long for the league.
Do you see that thing about Man City came out about like some weird deposit?
30 mil
or something like that through like a
116 weird... charges now.
Mate, it's going to be so interesting next season.
Mate, the day they get
drama is gonna
slapped.
The drama is going to be out.
Mate, the day they get slapped with a fatty...
That's the
mate,
liquidation.
The
man.
podcast is going to go off.
That's
mate.
Liquidation.
We'll be here.
What has to be in Manchester for that?
It's going to be crazy. They're stripped of titles. That treble gets stripped. Oh, it's going to be sick.
You know what they should do, yeah? Is make... So, like, imagine the title, I don't know, like, from the Aguero season, yeah? They get the teams back, yeah? And they make them play the games. But it has to be the same players.
So it's like fucking, like, 45-year-old Balotelli and Aguero that can't
you
even
got Joey
run.
Bart
Yeah,
and then
come on.
get it set up.
That
would be class, mate.
Yeah.
Get him out there again.
Before we finish on Man City, just want to talk about... have you heard the story about the 3 million nonces that live in Manchester?
You what?
So, Phil Foden has set up an Insta account for his son, Ronnie.
Oh.
And he's got 3 million followers.
Was it? It's like El Don or something like that? Or...
El Way?
Oh, El Way, that's it. Yeah.
And I was like, how sad does your life have to be?
Do you not see like those
that
pictures
you're
of
following
him, like,
a child?
There's pictures of him in like classrooms in like South America. What?
And fucking... So
This is
the account is
news
ran
though,
by
isn't
Phil Foden.
Oh, I thought you meant he was gonna like set up like a sting group. Like that's what he's putting his football money into.
So the account is run by Phil Foden.
Phil Foden hunts
and
nonsense.
then there's a picture of Phil and Ronnie together, and it's captioned "my favourite footballer" or something like that. Like Ronnie saying that about Phil, and then Phil comments on the post, "Love you so much, little man." And it's like, my guy is just talking to himself. He's made that post, and then he's replied to that post on his other account. And yeah, fair enough, we do that on BoreDraw. We'll post on BoreDraw, and then we'll go on our personal accounts and reply to BoreDraw. But we got 200 followers. Give us a break. This kid's got 3 million followers. His dad's a millionaire. Why are you replying to yourself on Instagram? What the hell's going on here?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I genuinely thought it was gonna be like Phil Foden's going around like Manchester nutmegging nonces.
No, but that would be a good... He should do that instead
Nonces
of running...
get nutmegged.
Running
It's
a...
like Chris Hansen, yeah. He's like, have a seat. Hey!
Ruin my holiday!
Oh man, I did not think that's where you were going with that.
Nah, just
Mental.
fucking grow up. Stop following a child's Instagram.
Yeah, I agree. Mason Mount to... Not Mason Mount. Fuck Mason Mount. Actually, I respect him for making a move. James Maddison
Yes.
to Tottenham
Yes.
under Ange Postecoglou.
He was like, "Oh, I love putting on the whites of Spurs. This is an honour. This great history of this club." I was like, "Mate, you're just waffling." Because see all the old tweets that he had about fucking like Spurs, and he called...
He's got some lovely shirts
Gareth Bale
though
a
in his
monkey.
collection. Do you see the...
Can he do that? I mean...
Do you see the video he had of like showing off his shirt collection?
Yeah,
It's
it's
pretty
good.
nice.
Yeah,
It's got
it's
like
good.
an Ozil shirt and it's pretty
Yeah.
naughty. If you like signed shirts, stick around. Just saying.
Jeez.
Yeah, I like the move. I like the move from them.
Yeah.
I think they realised very quickly they're not going to get him and Harvey Barnes for 50 million.
Yeah.
But I like the
respect
I
the
like the
audacity.
precedence. I
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
precedence.
Yep.
It gives him a lot of just power in that position. He was one of the best. I think he is good, and I think he's going to bring so much to that midfield dynamic.
We said that midfield just lacks creativity so much. And
And
like,
they've
the only
gone the right way.
creativity they had is Harry Kane dropping deep. And having Maddison allows Harry Kane not to have to drop deep constantly.
I like the idea of Bissouma, Bentancur, and Maddison.
Yeah, that's
three.
a good midfield three.
I think, yeah, I really do think so. And I think a lot of people have been saying that Postecoglou uses 8s in a different way to everyone else. I think this could be an interesting development.
Nines.
Uses an 8.5.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be really interesting to see. I'm excited. I'm quite excited about Tottenham. Obviously, loads is going to change over the coming weeks. Harry Kane's been linked every day to Bayern Munich.
Apparently, they're going to put in a new bid.
I just don't see it happening.
I feel like it's not too late to let him go, but pre-season is on the verge of starting. You feel like they would have let him go by now.
But I feel like they let him go, yeah. Son, Richarlison, Kulusevski sounds like a Postecoglou front three, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think Richarlison's a very Postecoglou player. I don't really have the parameters to define what that means.
Just saying
but I like the vibe.
The vibe is there. I like.
You got the Australian colours, Brazilian colours. They're sort of the same.
Fucking come on, can't. But yeah, no, I like Spurs' business when it comes to Maddison. They signed a new goalkeeper. Fuck knows who he is. Came from Serie A.
He looks like he's made some good saves before, though.
Yeah, sure he has. And who else have they signed? Manuel Solomon from Fulham.
Yes, he was all right when
if you took Maddison out of that goalkeeper and Solomon, that is like a championship level window. That is so bad.
I mean, they flogged Harry Winks for like 8 million.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
So yeah, I think they need one or two centre backs, in my opinion, and good ones as well. Not 100%. Even like mediocre championship level like the other players who you've signed.
Who's playing left back?
You need
if they're going to a back four, yeah, they're going to a 4-3. Who's playing left back?
Yeah, you need a left back.
Are you having Sessegnon or Perisic?
Or Ben Davies? You've got some stinkers. You need defensively a bit of a.
Pedro Porro is all right on the right, but he's too attacking.
Yeah, you need some good defenders.
You're gonna need some.
If you play four at the back, and on that side it's Pedro Porro and Christian Romero, mate. That is so many goals conceded from that area of the pitch.
But is Liverpool's back four?
Liverpool's back four's better than that.
Does it have the same issues though? Whereas like Trent,
Konate's better than Christian Romero.
Oh, 100%. Van Dijk
and Fabinho's better than
Basuma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And they play different systems. I mean, we haven't seen Postecoglou's system yet. It's very hard to tell without seeing it in action, but we can only speculate. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. If Harry Kane leaves, that's obviously a massive gap to fill. But I don't think it's as bad as it first may seem.
I agree. What's going on in the rest of the league? I saw Brentford. I think of
Nathan Collins.
Yeah, all but confirmed signing for Nathan Collins.
30 million, I think.
Which is an interesting move.
Yep.
I think that's
mate, did you see the crossover that no one wanted but we needed?
Was it fucking with Xhaka? And,
no. Oh, no, not that one. That's a weird one as well. Yeah. All the Turkish Donnies.
Yeah, it was weird.
No, HS Tiki Toki and Ivan Toney.
Oh yeah, and he's like, give me some betting tips.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know who you are.
What is going on in the world, man?
Mate, Ivan Toney is him and HS though. They seem like they'll be boys.
What? Yeah. So Brentford signed Nathan Collins. Who else is doing anything in the league?
Newcastle.
I don't want to be that. It's like, we only talk about the big six.
Yeah, no. Newcastle do some bits.
But we are actually only talking.
I'm excited to see how they continue. I think their squad is screaming and steaming towards looking very much like an early reproduction of Liverpool's rise to success. Just don't know if Eddie Howe's got the
minerals,
the facilities to do it. I think man management 101 king, and I think it's rude to downplay how good tactically they were last season. But I don't know if it's that top echelon level material. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a hard season for Newcastle, I think, because they've gone from competing like in nothing apart from the Premier League, really. Now they're competing in the Champions League and the Premier League, and they want to if they want to secure their places in the Champions League for next season. They want to even compete for the title. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a hard season though. They're gonna have to pull minerals out their fucking arse. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting one.
Do you know in Breaking Bad where Hank collects minerals and Marie's like, "Oh, did you order some more rocks?" He goes, "They're minerals, Marie. They're not rocks. They're minerals." That's what made me.
Oh dear. Anything else you want to talk about?
Off season. I'm trying to think of what else is going on around the league because I don't want to just talk about the big six, but feels like they're the only ones that are making moves. Brighton, who did they sign? They've signed Jimmy Milner. They signed Dahoud from Bart Simpson. Dahoud from Dortmund.
Yeah.
I've seen that apparently they're not going to get Levi Colwill, so they're looking at Calvin Bassey as a replacement. So we went out to Ajax to watch him play.
Oh, he was shit.
And he was shocking. But at Rangers, he was really good. And
yeah,
I mean, one of those, I'll be interested.
Were just poor though.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see him. He's definitely not as good as Levi Colwill. And I'll be interested to see if Pochettino, how he utilises Colwill, because he's quality for the under-21 Euros that's going on.
You know who I like?
Colwill's playing.
Taylor Harwood-Bellis.
Yeah, Man City.
He was very good for the England under-21s.
Yeah.
Very good.
So that's interesting.
Do you know what? Let's talk about Emil Smith-Rowe for a minute. What's happening with him?
Emil Smith-Rowe. I think he's coming back to fitness. He was unfit all of last season, pretty much.
He had an injury early on. We thought we were going to get him back for the second half of the season, and it just seemed like the injury was it didn't get reoccurring in the same sort of sense that it happened again, but it was inflamed or something.
I think it would have been better if he didn't get called up for the England under-21s, give himself like a pre-season to get fit, because now he's training, but he's not really in the team.
At least he's
playing
some match time.
Yeah, in and out of the England under-21 team. He had quite a good game. I think it was against Israel, maybe. So I think he'll, and Arteta has said he's going to play a big role in the upcoming season. So I think keep an eye on him.
It'd be a shame because this season feels like his boys in Martinelli and Saka, who he was sort of like part of the dynamic trio, they've sort of pushed on without him.
100%.
And it'd be very easy to think he's getting left behind, but one season of injuries can't really define it.
No, I think Arsenal put a lot of faith in him, giving him that number 10 shirt, giving him that new contract.
He was so good.
And yeah, that fucking season where he broke into City was crazy. And
he was scoring like every game he played.
I think Arteta saying that he's going to be a big part of the new season, I think shows that he sees something in him. And I think, that kind of left-hand side forward 8, him and Havertz battle it out for that position. I think it'd be juicy.
Very interesting.
Yeah, he's a boy, mate. I'm top fan of Smith-Rowe. But yeah, Ajax video coming out in a couple of weeks' time. So yeah, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's all you have to do to get entered with a chance to win the Ajax shirt. Peng. We've got the biggest video. I know we say this about pretty much every video we do, but we've got the biggest video
on YouTube
we've ever had and probably ever will have until
we blow up.
I get one with Bukayo Saka. But until then, this video that's coming up, we're filming it the Friday after this one. Friday the 14th. It's not the Friday the 13th because it's our lucky day.
It is the 13th, right?
No, it's 14th.
Oh, yeah, it's 14th. Yeah.
If it was the 13th, it would have been unlucky. But it's the 14th. It's our lucky day. It's our best podcast ever. Probably come out the week after. So get very excited with that. We won't spoil it just yet. But there'll be a massive giveaway going alongside that video.
Not just the biggest video, but the biggest giveaway as well. So if you're not subscribed, get fucking subscribed.
Mate, get subscribed. I promise you won't be disappointed. Especially, and this is a little teaser, if you're a Gooner, you'll be extra excited.
Yeah, you should be.
But that's all we'll tell you until maybe closer to the time.
But yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I know this has been a little bit more of a chilled episode, but the football world is chill right now. It's off season, baby. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Let us know if you prefer this camera angle.
Give us some topics to discuss in some more of the off season because we've got some more videos to do. We're going to hopefully try and get through every team in the build up to the new season. We say that it could be a struggle. We've got some collabs come in. Get excited. The season's coming back soon.
Keep an eye on our socials because we will be getting some of you involved in this upcoming massive video. So keep an eye on our socials as well, and for a chance to win the a prize potentially. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Remember to subscribe, hit that like button, do all that good things, and hope you're enjoying the transfer window. It's been BoreDraw, and it's live.